old Etonians who have gone on to Olympic glory thought he'd go and meet another Etonian turned Olympian.
The English countryside is a perfect place for breeding and training horses, but it's still a surprise to find the youngest equestrian competitor at the Beijing Games based on the edge of Salisbury Plain.
I grew up in Hong Kong. Good boy. And at 10 years old I started coming over here for a week in the summer for a little holiday riding, and it sort of built up from then.
We used to just put him on these horses and he just used to bomb around. No fear, perfect balance, and obviously very talented. So gradually it all just rollerballed, and then he got a little bit taller and a little bit more serious, and he got a slightly better horse, and it all just, you know, got bigger and better. And then it was sort of a year and a half, 2 years ago when his mother said, "How about going to the Olympics?" And we went, "No."
And what did your friends say when you thought this was coming on the agenda?
Well, I don't think they really thought I was... They knew I was serious about my riding, but I don't think they thought I was that serious. I think it was a bit of a shock, and I'm not sure that most of them probably thought, "Oh God, here's another joker going off trying to go to the Olympics or trying to do this or that."
But I can't imagine that Eton have had any person who's gone to the Olympics while they've still been at the school.
No, I believe I'm the first.
Alex isn't the only competitor from the village. Both of his coaches, Lucinda and Clayton Fredericks, will compete in the Games for Australia.
My trainers are very experienced, have been doing this for a very long time, and this is their first Olympics. And that's the normal person in the eventing world who goes to the Olympics. Huge amount of experience, have had their horses for a very long time. And so my situation is quite unique, really.
Control the shoulders and the neck, you've got to be straight.
There's no hassle with us being, you know, for him and for ourselves as well. If it comes down to the final few jumps, you know, and we're heading for a medal each, I can't guarantee that I'll be, you know, he might have to stand on his own 2 feet then.
Then the impression is going to be that you're pushy mum from hell who decided at the age of 4...
I think you have to ask Alex that.
My son's going to go to the Olympics, he's going to be the next superstar. It wasn't quite as calculated as that.
No, it just sort of happened. Slowly.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we've always given Alex the option to opt out, up to the point where he got his sponsorship, and then we said, well, we can't really accept the sponsorship and then opt out.
So don't get deceived by leafy Wiltshire. He's a new competitor in a new sport, and the Chinese press are already calling him 1 in a billion.
Weight of China's expectations on his shoulders and all this sort of stuff.
And then really... I'm saying that, reading that while I'm seeing my lorry going, yeah, I guess so.
You get fan mail, you get Chinese fan mail, any fan mail.
Do I get fan mail?
Yes.
Okay, I do.
Oh, your mum filters that out. Your mum filters that out. Where does that come from? China or the UK?
Mostly from China, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not sure if it's actually completely clicked in. You know, obviously he's been a little bit isolated because he's been around us and in Wiltshire in an environment that, you know, is fairly settled, and obviously we've worked quite hard to keep it a little bit like that.
We did get him a sports psychologist, and the psychologist said, nothing I can do with him. You know, he doesn't get nervous, he's focused and everything. He needs a kick up the backside once in a while, but he's been very, very motivated.
So the future of Chinese 3-day eventing rests with an 18-year-old Eton schoolboy and 2 Australian coaches.
I'm Chinese, I'm representing my home country at the home Olympics. I mean, there's nothing more important to you than that, really, as a sportsman, really.
And if you want to see how Alex gets on in his dressage test, it's 7:36 local time, so 12:36 in the middle of the day UK time, and that'll be available on the red button.